Hello everyone. Good evening. Hope you guys had a very nice trade today. And before we go to the market summary, let's go to the market summary for today. Post market report. Indian market really opened on a flat note today and slipped in the latter half, tracking weak global cues and a fall in the heavyweights as well. And also worries over the US debt ceiling crisis and uptick in bond yield triggered further consolidation. The domestic market also got vigilant ahead of the release of August release core sector output data and due to the options expiry, like both the weekly and monthly expiry option, options expiry is today, so that is also causing a lot of volatility for today. Along with that, China Evergrande issue and energy crisis issues has raised some concerns among the investor community. China has actually asked its industries to cut down the production, and due to insufficient coal inventory, they had to cap production for a lot of output from the mineral sector. So that's one of the reason. So yeah, coming to the markets, Nifty performance and Bank Nifty, and I think Nifty was down by almost close to 100 points, like 0.5 percentage. Bank Nifty was down by 300 points, close to 0.8 percentage. If you look at the Nifty chart, if you look at the Nifty chart and just want to understand how it performs. So so this is the Nifty chart we have, and it's a daily time frame. If you see, it's a falling trend. Right from, it tried to cross the opening, but it rejected the opening level, and then it fall from there. So that's the. But if you see here, this pivot line and previous day, this pivot line was acting as a strong support for this, but also in a couple of times it tries to breach, but still it is holding because of Bank Nifty. So if you see the Bank Nifty, this is the previous day low for Bank Nifty, which is actually helping Nifty to stay afloat, not falling below that. But from a daily chart point of view, daily time frame, if you see, Nifty is still following, respecting the trend line, the dynamic support which we have. But from the candle perspective, we see we had a bearish engulfing candle. So if you see the key levels we have, I think 17,200 is 250 around is one of the range that we can, lower range, and the higher range is around 17,000 727. So if it breaks below this dynamic support, eventually it would, we think, we could feel like it would come around 17,251. But if it all sustains, if it opens tomorrow above this, if it respects this trend line, and if it moves, definitely it is going to make a newer high. Almost we are projecting something 18,000, in this, very sooner. So that is the expectation for the Nifty, and we are still bullish until this trend line is up, respected. Coming to the Bank Nifty as well, from the, if you draw a trend line, if you see it, it is still also respecting the dynamic support. And let us see which wins, like whether the Nifty will drag Bank Nifty or Bank Nifty will pull back Nifty. Let us see it tomorrow. From a daily time frame, as I mentioned, I think Bank Nifty is strong. I think there is a strong support at the previous day low, which we actually defined, customized these trading view chart by coding ourselves and putting all these indicators. Although the trading view provides only three options, to add three features only into our unlicensed version. But if you are going to pay fee, definitely trading view offers you more features. So if someone is interested to use, how to use multiple features in trading view without actually buying it, so please mention in the comment section, so we can provide you the code, and you hope you could use that code to have multiple features into the trading view with respect to indicators. So I think that's about Nifty and Bank Nifty, how it performs. That's what I have. And coming to the top gainers and losers, yeah, we have Sun Pharma. I think still it is the top gainer. NTPC, Tata Motors, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv. I think whenever Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv, like these are like HDFC twins, Bajaj twins, they all rise together and fall together. So today was the day for Bajaj, Sun Pharma, NTPC. I think both almost gained almost 2% each, with Bajaj and Tata Motors alone gained 1%. NTPC and Sun Pharma also close to 0.8%. Coming to the top losers, we have Asian Motor continuing. I think this was the top loser even yesterday. Axis Bank, Sri Cement, Asian Paints. Asian Paint was also a loser yesterday. I think today also it is continuing its trend to be on the losing side. Let us see how this stock performs. Basically, and coming to the global scenario, how the Nifty support what we are looking at, the trading setup, what it suggests is 17,700 could act as a strong resistance level. Below the same correction could continue and go for 17,450. Technically, Nifty has formed a bearish candle, so just keep a watch on that. And also on contrary, it could any revival could lift the index up to 17,800. Coming to the spot rupee versus US dollar, the spot rupee was 7 paise higher on the back of strength in the US dollar index, weakness in the domestic stocks. However, the gains were limited due to quarter end selling from IT companies and IPO related inflows. Over the near term, we expect a range between 74 to 74.80 for dollar versus rupee on spot levels. Mixed trend on the sectoral front was seen because buying was seen in reality, pharma, power, PSU banking stocks, while selling was seen in auto, bank, IT, metals, BSC mid cap, and small cap indices. So that could be one of the reason those indices as well ending in green. Coming to the China debt scenario, I want to give a couple of updates on that. Like China is facing debt crisis bigger than Evergrande. The China local government debt has swelled to 8.2 trillion, more than half its GDP. China is also raising the power tariffs to deal with the crisis. If you just want to understand why why the China is facing electricity problem, uh, you know, normally power cuts are normal, but it's more than that. Industrial challenge. The main provinces, Jiangsu, Zhejiang, Zhejiang, that accounts for one third of the economy for China, are facing power cuts, and all the steel mills, street lights are shut in Jiangsu. Even the residentials are asked to reduce their power consumption with respect to us. Lot of traffic lights were cut off in most of the areas. Ask them to reduce the requirement of air conditioning and all these things. But what could be the reasons? The main reason is coal shortage. The China is the biggest coal consumer in the world. 70% of China electricity is generated using coal. China wants to reduce pollution and meet carbon neutrality by 2060, and has capped the growth of coal mining. So China coal production grew by 6% this calendar year, but power output surged by 14%. So there is an imbalance between them, leading to coal shortfall. Power plants are not willing to produce more as coal prices are rising, and electricity prices are government controlled. So the industry and government, they are at tug of war at this point of time. So that's about China. Why it can't import? Like China compared to China, Australia is one of the biggest coal producer due to political geopolitical reasons. China has reduced its imports from Australia, coal imports from Australia. That is also one of the reason for the Chinese issue. Coming to the top gainers for this month, Coal India and NTPC together, like each they raised around 25 percentage on each. And coming to the top losers, we have BPCL losing around 8.5 percentage and Tata Steel losing around 11 percentage. So the top losers and top gainers for the month were, Coal India, NTPC top gainers, Bharat Petroleum, Tata Steel were top losers. From the alloy perspective, ferrosilicon prices were up nearly by 30%. So, there is a good potential for Shyam Metal, Maitan alloys. Just focus on those because there is a severe shortage in China, alloy shortage. Uh, One interesting update I had for you is like MCX, multi-commodity, trading platform, which we normally use for trading crude and other commodities. So TCS is partnering with the MCX to have more robust platform. So that will add more volumes to the MCX platform going forward. There is a key update from Bharti Airtel. Bharti Airtel was proposing to invest almost 5,000 crores to triple data center capacity by 2025. Uh, you know, we see India as becoming a regional hub for data centers. So even Adani was investing in expanding the data centers. Now Bharti Airtel entered it. So it's a very big market going up. Coming to PNB, there is an interesting update from CRISIL. They have upgraded the PNB Tier 1 bonds to AA from AA negative, and also they maintain the outlook to be stable. So these are the key updates with respect to the PNB, Bharati Airtel, TCS, MCX, Adani, and couple of metal stocks, alloy metal stocks. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do share your feedback and comments. Let me know if you would like to know more anything about specific stock. And also, we normally don't give any stock recommendations to for buying or selling. We always promote awareness, business, knowledge enhancement. So please do your own research by yourself if you want to invest. But from our perspective, it was only to for you to watch those stocks, understand the behavior, and try to analyze and provide your comments if you find something interesting on the stocks which you are also reviewing and analyzing. So that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. Please do share, like, and subscribe my video. Provide your feedback and comments so that we will try to improvise more. Thanks for now. Let's catch up tomorrow. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.